About Leicester City. 4-lap races are not really about tactics, it's about working out where you're going to be fast. This is going to be a flat-out scratch race, Steve.
It really is. It's wringing its neck. The grandstands are all full. The wind's picked up a little bit. There's a breeze down the coast here.
This is a super bike race.
As they go along the fastest section of the course, but yeah, this should be
the Milwaukee super bike race. 4 laps.
Leathers out, getting themselves ready. They'll be watching the lights.
Last few seconds of focus. Oh, we've got a problem there with David Todd. He's going to get back down to it now, though. Watch the lights. When the lights go out, we're away. And there they go. Good start from Hickman, good start from David Todd. David Todd has always been a bit of a lightning starter. Dean Harrison is right in there as well. 34 Anderson Street, he slips into 4th place, he does. So everybody where they ought to be on that opening corner. But now it's down towards York they head. We drop down the coast road and into the braking area. Full tank of fuel, and look at this already. That's a massive lead. And he runs on wide. They're all on wide, and that's what happens with a full tank of fuel on lap 1. You expect
Todd, though, locking it up in the back was
went in sideways. He's called backing it in, and he managed to do that. And look how he's made that perfect. The leader has got away.
So much so that Hickman went in too deep. I think way too deep. A load on did, but I've never seen it like it. David Todd in there went in. The motocross, the bike blown up. Bike's blown up.
On bang. That might be a
could
problem
be a
down on the track
stoppage here because there could be oil down
there.
It
depends where it is and whether it's on the line and whether they can clear it up. They've got 9 miles and the pack. Obviously, we've got another wave or two to go yet that are going to be starting after these guys. The second wave is lining up now and about to leave the grid as we go down to University through Station Corner.
I have never seen anyone go into a road race corner like that.
Well, I think that is the modern way, and Glenn Irwin is the man that backs it in neatly and tidily in the Ducati days. And well, he's not here, obviously. He's decided to call it a retirement for road racing. That includes the TT and here. As down towards University Corner we go. We're heading towards the breaking point, and look, slipstreaming all the way all of a sudden. Who is it going to be? Yes, it is Davy Todd. He's always been a man who gets quick. Dean Harrison in second place. Hickman, who rolled on at York and ran wide. He'll be cussing that, but he'll soon have time to pull it back.
Lee just joined us in here. You would never see anything like Davy Todd going into down the bottom there to York. He went in absolutely sideways, locked it up, slid it in there, made everyone else go deep into the corner.
No way. It's a magic roundabout.
We must get a replay of it.
Through the right-hander then, on to the run, back down now to Port Rush we go, and Davy Todd has a massive advantage. I do not feel in this race that he will hang on to it for long. We'll see.
Well, he's far enough in front that they're not actually going to get a tow from him, in my opinion. You never know about this, but I reckon he's just out of tow positioning there, but it was spectacular. Poor old Peter Hickman, I think he saw what was going on, just virtually overshot the corner along with any others. We've also had a bike blow up. One of the top 10 bikes blew up at Mill Road Roundabout.
You see, I think Dean Harrison has got that perfect positioning in as much as he's really got effectively fresh air for him to settle down in this opening lap with Davy Todd the rabbit out front, and Harrison may well have the performance to try and make his way through, but we'll wait and see. It's all about Hickey as well, whether Hickman can pull that back from that rather over-exuberant first set of turns. Into Macraboy we go. In fact,
yeah, it looks like it closes up a little bit there. It's just because it's come from such a high speed back down to the chicane.
We can't work it out yet.
No, whose engine went. I just can't work out exactly who it was, but it was some in the top 10. Loads of smoke came out of it going up.
Look at the different lines as they come down towards Metropole then. Nicky's under a bit of pressure. He's under pressure from Mickey D. Michael Dunlop then, bike number 6, has snuck up onto the rear end of Peter Hickman as they go to Church Corner. Davy Todd still leads it.
Yeah, the gap between Harrison and Todd is definitely closer than the gap between Hickman and Harrison. So Dean is a really strong second half to the lap there, and we can see what he can do now on the coast road. I think the Honda's a little bit more agile and a little bit more nervous, so we can see if that's going to play in the course now, coming along the coast road through the chicanes.
Well, the Honda boys are all nodding at each other after that warm-up lap, so you wonder whether there was some adjustments made. You said how lively Dean's bike was, and here we go again. We'll be able to keep an eye on it.
Still live,
yeah. It still looks pretty lively, doesn't it? There's a little bit of cement dust that's kicked up in the air there from track clearance earlier. This is Michael Dunlop. Michael Dunlop, bike number 6 then, into that traffic chicane. Pressure all the way round. Through comes the number 12 of Ian Hutchinson.
Seeley not there?
Seeley went through the speed trap, so he must be.
He's not in the top.
Oh, he didn't. There must have been Seeley's bike. I think it was Seeley's bike that blew.
Yeah, because he would have been in that top 6, because we've got Hutchie in 5th, I think, with Jimmy covered in sixth position. Yeah, it's a good strong ride by both these two guys. Obviously both on superstock bikes as well, so that's your top two in superstock class, such as
and Seeley's got the one bike here. He won't, if that bike's blown, he won't make the superstock race here this evening. Disappointing for him, of course, but it is still Todd. Fastest time through the speed trap on the first lap was Dunlop, 205.3.
Jimmy Todd's knee slayer was right over the curve there on the inside of turn 2. He nearly took the camera with him.
Yeah, he's proper tight on that curve. This is York for the second time then of asking. It is Dunlop. Speed trap, 205 mile an hour for Michael Dunlop.
Bike as if marked up.
Yeah. Be interesting to see now if we can stay on these leaders. Davy Todd got a really good jump out of Mill Road roundabout there on the Honda. It'll be interesting to see if this Honda can pull the gap back in and get in Davy's slipstream.
Well, it's been a very fast
Yeah.
motorbike on top speed all the way through, and this will be the bit that tests it down towards University.
I just noticed out on the grid, again, the wind has actually changed from earlier on today, so we've now got a side wind, obviously going on the way to Coleraine, so we've had 3 different directions of wind in the last 2 days.
Which may not favour the Honda with the way it waggles.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on them bumps on the way back from Coleraine. It should be slightly nervous.
So looking down from our helicopter then, and again,
Gaps stabilised.
even, yeah, you would say, into the braking area we come. Todd is under pressure now from Dean Harrison. Dean Harrison has closed him down at University, and then it comes Peter Hickman on bike number 60. Number 6 is obviously Michael Dunlop. Then we go back to the Superstock battle. Hutchie, good to see Hutchie on this kind of form, back again.
Yep, and obviously the 36 bike, they're going nicely. Jamie Cow, we said all week, he's running well on the KTS racing machine.
Yeah, had a quick chat with Jamie down on the grid. They've made some more changes between qualifying and the race. Obviously the bike's quite new to them, so they're still pushing through with development. Same goes for Hutchie's team as well, obviously just getting the bike for the open park test. Though this is Hutchie's teammate now, Mike Brown. Has he crashed? No, he's run on.
He's overshot, hasn't he? Yeah. He's overshot, so Mike Brown is not going to be happy with himself there. That is University corner. Easy to go down there and not get yourself into trouble. But
Mike Harrison's on it now.
Look at this, yeah, but he's quick there. He's always been quick through that section, and I think that
he made up most of the breaks down into University actually. On the breaks he really did close in a lot.
See if this Honda can slipstream this BM.
Looks
it can.
good, looks
strong.
Good. Dean Harrison then pulls out the slipstream, pulls alongside. At the moment, Dean Harrison is in the best paying seat, I would suggest, because he's just happy to sit with Davey Todd. He's not going to want to do too much. He's not going to want to show Todd the way round.
Honestly, a lot of that there was that bump and the stability of that Honda. If he could have kept on in the throttle where he wanted to on the slipstream that he had, he clearly rolled out of that there to go round that left
Or is
hand.
he being smart?
Yeah, is he
Well,
being
yeah.
smart? That would be my
I mean, I can even remember that long ago, and I'm sure you can. You sometimes are thinking about planning where you're going to do it. Don't show your hand too early.
Didn't we see Dean Harrison showing Todd the way round earlier on in qualifying? I don't think Dean Harrison will be a muck twice in one day.
I think the Honda's better on the brakes.
Yeah.
You're right.
These two have pulled more of a gap out on third place Hickman as well.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds back.
Both of these men have not won Superbike races yet around here, have they? As far as I remember, and certainly Dean Harrison hasn't. I'm sure David Todd hasn't. So at the end of the day, first-time winners, they're looking for it. Neither has Peter Hickman actually, the man in third place. That Glenn Irwin has got a lot to answer for. Kept them all out over the last few years.
Right, let's have a look on the brakes here in a minute.
I don't think you'd want to leave Davey Todd into this final chicane. He's a bit useful. I don't know whether I'd want to fight with Davey Todd on the brakes into here.
Honda looks stable on the brakes.
No,
though.
it looks really,
He's
definitely
right there.
closes up on the brakes.
Somebody's been
Someone's
through.
been in the
That's Bradley, and that's the left lane chicane there as they all come out of it.
Yeah, last thing you want is a rock in the face, and they really do ping off your hands as well.
Rather than my face, you have to run over my tyres, I think. Slippery.
Yeah,
Through the final chicane then, down past the start and finish. So we have 2 laps, 2 more to go.
I think, and I've got to say, Dean Harrison looks like he's got the measure of this, the way he's closed that gap down.
Only sitting there neatly, but you wouldn't want to bet against Peter Hickman. Again, we're talking Metzler's versus Dunlop here.
Honestly,
Will the Dunlop come good?
yeah, honestly, out of the top 3 and they're gapping Peter looks the most energised on the bike. You know what I mean? He's climbing all over the bike, and the bike looks the most out of shape out of the top 3 running. Dean probably looks the calmest out of the 3.
Coward in front of Hutchinson now, so Jamie Coward on the 36 bike in front of the Hutchinson's number 12 machine. Costamo is still there in 7th place. John McGuinness is in 8th place with Paul Jordan, Michael Sweeney rounding out the top 10.
On the last lap, it was Harrison fastest splits on every section.
Yeah, he's right on. Todd, the BM has better drive out of there.
You can see it.
I don't know if that's the front wings though, just because the Honda wheelies a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously Dean's running on Motec as well, so there's no anti-wheelie or traction, but that Honda
It's closing.
is fast, yeah.
It's closing on getting a bit of draft.
Let's see if he can slipstream down here, and you know sometimes when you do get the draft, when you're running alongside, it makes the bike even more unstable because you're getting sucked across. So
Going
look
for it.
See?
Yeah, because you're in the dirty air there.
Ooh, that Honda is lively.
He's having to roll it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wheelied twice, and you can see how stable the BMW is with all that aero over the front, keeping the front down at 200 mile an hour.
And if there's any man that's not fond of rolling out of things, it's definitely Dean Harrison. So believe me, when you see him do that, the bike is definitely making some shapes.
He's hanging on, that's for sure. Michael Dunlop still in fourth place on bike number 6. Jamie Coward waiting for a long time for Jamie Coward now. The super stockers are coming along, but it's Hutchie that's back in front of Jamie Coward. So this is a proper battle here. Ian Hutchinson got the bit between his teeth. Tight line into University Corner, but back in front of Jamie Coward. Was it a mistake, or did he actually make the pass?
Only for Dean Harrison here, the top 7 would be a BMW Cup because he's the only bike out there, not on obviously on the Honda, the factory Honda, but it's yeah, he's definitely got the measure of Todd when we're looking at this. If they can make that Honda a little bit more stable, it would make Dean's life a lot easier.
Yeah, and you would say if there's one thing that you really want around here to win races is good on the brakes, and it will be almost certainly the way they are at the moment. If he hasn't got past before, it will be down into that Juniper chicane.
Oh, he's missed the gear.
He has, hasn't he?
Oh, hang on,
Yeah.
Right, big time.
Missed the gear out of there, so
That's given Pete Hickman a bit of an opportunity there, because Peter Hickman now might be getting a sniff of the aftershave of Dean Harrison as they power their way down to Port Rush. Todd might be slightly let off. We're on the 3rd lap.
if Dean can get this
On
gap
4.
back now before Todd sees his pit board, then that sort of relieves the pressure a little bit. There's nothing like getting round and seeing that 0.6 or 0.8 and you know that you've broke the toe on the way back to Coleraine then. So if Dean can sort of close this down now on the little run back on the coast road, then we're
Well,
on for a race.
this is going to be the indicator for all of us, isn't it, to see whether Dean Harris can make that gap back up.
Yeah.
But, different lines down towards Port Rush to Metropole Corner now, into the left-hander. These 4 are closing it up. They always do, of course, in the braking area. It always looks like a concertina closing down. But is there something left in the lock?
Dean's
Look
right
how
on him
tight
again.
that is now. Dean Harrison is right there at Church, and Hickman's not that far off, but I think Hickman is extended as far as he's going to go. It's all about Harrison. Harrison needs to put himself in the place with Davey Todd. We are coming towards the end of lap 3 to start lap 4 and the last lap. Look at this, through that onto the coast. Dean Harrison closing down Davey Todd. I still don't think you'll want to make a pass on him just yet. It's going to be one of them things where you're going to want to mug him.
It's going to be difficult because when he gets in the position to pass, it's always in the high speed area and the Honda's not stable enough to...
And it's all over the place,
Yeah.
frankly, isn't it? He's just nearly locked to lock there.
Be into the braking area and it might be just there, but the trouble is there's so many rocks there off
Hickman
line.
is definitely closed in. He's definitely closer than what he was on the previous lap, so I'm going to say this is all on for a
The last minute dash down into that chicane almost certainly could be 3 abreast because Hickman is closing
Davey
in.
Todd number
But Honda,
1,
I have
Dean
to say,
Harrison
it
2,
looks
Peter
so good on
Hickman
the brakes,
3,
it looks so unstable on the rest of it.
4th Michael
Wait to see
Dunlop.
what the lap times are. 4:20.6, 4:20.1 for Harrison, 4:20.5 for Hickman as they cross the line. So Harrison is the fastest man if you believe the lap times as they came through our clock just then. Michael Dunlop still in 4th place. They are on the last lap now. Davey Todd, will this be his first ever Superbike win round here, or will it be Dean Harrison, or will it be Peter Hickman picking up the pieces?
Well, Dunlop's not done with yet, maybe.
No.
Honestly, with the slipstream, Peter Hickman could lead this race by the time we get to the roundabout at Coleraine.
And he's not shy either.
And his bike is a lot stabler than Dean Harrison's, and he will get the slipstream both of Davey Todd and Dean Harrison, so there is a good chance he could be leading on the brakes.
Into the Mill Road roundabout then. This is where it's all flat stick now, up towards the frightening, if you stood by the side of the track station corner, through the kink there at the right-hander. Next time though, it's Cremore, where the station is.
The Honda's definitely got the legs on the BM to
But
the
not-
point of being unstable.
Yeah, but not on the acceleration. Because I think you're right, that VM, those wings just help it just accelerate a little bit harder.
It also lifts down this now part here. You wait for the air, it goes again. It just lifts all everywhere, the Honda. Just and as soon as he gets close in, It starts to shake its head, but he's going to be right there, and Dean Harrison is not going to be shy. He's going to be picking the inside line as we head towards University, and that may have been a bit of a mistake there.